Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Dina. My student's number is 1921222041. I'm from the first group of Class B Language Material Evaluation and Design 2021. On this occasion, I will share with you about the instructional materials in general. Have you ever heard before about the instructional material? Or maybe you have read from any journals or any resources. So, what are the instructional materials? Alright, every teachers need supplies and resources in order to have a successful classroom, such as writing utensil, paper, inspirational wall sign, and then maybe whiteboard, a table and chair. All are all the useful objects in the classroom, but they are not instructional materials. Why? Because let's take a look at the definition of instructional materials. Instructional adapted from Remillard and Heck in 2014, checked in Global Dictionary. Instructional materials are defined as resources that organize and support instruction, such as textbooks. If you before think about the textbook, that's true. And then task and supplementary resources. So, instructional materials are the tools used in educational lessons, which include active learning and assessment. So basically, any resource a teacher used to help him teach his student is an instructional materials. And instructional materials are devices that assist the facilitator in the teaching learning process. They are not self-supporting. They are supplementary training devices. And we can say if the instructional materials is a tools used in educational lesson. Any resource teacher used to help him or her teach his student as the instructional material that the same like I have told you before, and appropriately relate on your learning objective. And when you use the textbooks but it's not related or not appropriate with your learning objective, it cannot be called as instructional materials. So instructional materials includes materials to facilitate learning for better results. For example, you are a teacher and you want to teach your student about listening. You might be use tape recorder to help your teaching process and also to have your student more engaged about your materials. And the tape recorder itself is the instructional materials. Or another example is when you are in the classroom, then your teacher or maybe your lecturer presenting PowerPoint presentation to help they teach and to make you more engaged about the materials, and the PowerPoint presentation itself is the instructional materials. So let's take a look what Richard say about instructional materials. Richard claimed that instructional materials generally serve as the basis for much of the language input learner receive and the language practice that occur in the classroom. Known in 1991, IAMs are an important element within the curriculum and are often the most tangible and visible aspect of it. And according to Richard, they can provide a detailed specification of content even in the absence of the syllabus. Not only that, according to Johnson, instructional materials may be operationally defined as especially designed classroom tools which contain instruction to learner and teacher, and which specify each increment of learning, the content to be learned, the technique of presentation, practice and use of what the content, and the mode of teaching associated with those techniques. And in short, according to Reich in 1987, they can define the goals of the syllabus and the roles of the teacher and the learner within the instructional process. In conclusion, instructional materials are the tools that used by the teacher to help them to teach and tools to help students more engage on the subject. That's all from me. Thank you.